Amy! What happened? Are you okay, Amy?
Oh, she's just unconscious. Oh, thank goodness. I was beginning to get worried.
Just unconscious? What do you mean, just unconscious, John? Why is she unconscious in the first place? Oh, and by the way, do you see her forehead? Lucy, tell me what happened this instant, and don't think you'll be able to get away with lying to me. You know far better than to do such a thing.
We give you a chance to spend some time together with your little sister, and this is how you treat her? Tell us what happened right now, or there will be consequences.
Relax, it's not what you think. This is all just a giant misunderstanding.
Stay out of this, Sarah. We'll get to you afterwards. In fact, with the two of you babysitting Amy, you both have a part to play in this, don't you?
I just got a little carried away, Mom. I didn't mean for this to happen.
Didn't mean for what to happen? What is it that actually happened to Lucy? Stop beating around the bush and come clean right this instant.
I sometimes like to get more passionate than usual. I just wanted Amy to be a part of that too. A lot happened so fast, I did not realize when she got hurt. I never meant to hurt her. I guess I should be more careful before trying to get that close to Amy emotionally.
You expect me to believe that sob story, Lucy? After all these weeks of you hating Amy down to your core, how on earth does this explain your tone with me on the phone earlier?
Rose, dear, maybe she was frightened that you would accuse her of attacking Amy. She didn't want to come across as that kind of person, so naturally she felt scared.
Don't tell me you're buying into her story, John. Seriously?
As her father, I must at least put my trust on Lucy. It's the least we can do for her, Rose. Besides, it makes sense, doesn't it? If I was in her shoes, I'd also be a nervous wreck if my siblings got hurt because of an accident.
Trusting our children. Maybe you're right. It's just that when I thought something might have happened to Amy, I lost all sense of reason. I had to see my little princess right away. My thoughts really did cloud my judgment this time, didn't they? I can't believe I doubted you, Lucy, without even listening to your side of the story.
I was there with her when it happened. I felt terrible because she was finally getting along with Amy. I just did not know how to explain this to you.
Right, Sarah. I'm sorry for the way I reacted. I should exercise better control from now on.
It's okay. I'm just glad that this didn't turn into something huge.
Anyhow, we'll talk about this later. Rose, call a doctor. I'll take Amy to her room and check how bad her wounds are.
Oh, right. On my way. We'll discuss this with you later, Lucy, but for now, just go to your room. Sarah, you can stay with us tonight if you wish.
Thank you.
All right, Mom.
Lucy, dear, I'm very sorry for how I talked to you today. As I said earlier, I should have put greater faith in my own daughter. I hope you can forgive me. But for now, I'm going to call our house doctor. We'll talk about this later.
I understand, Mom.
Oh, I wish I had a camera with me. You were brilliant, Lucy.
Please do not remind me of what happened. The very thought of what I had to do sickens me to my core. How could I ever let myself stoop that low?
Lucy, the little aristocrat, resorting to acting like a peasant.
Took me an entire day before I could even look at myself in the mirror. Do you see what this little thing is doing to me? This is what my life has now come to.
Wasn't it you, Lucy, who hurt Amy in the first place? You're blaming her for the actions you yourself took.
Gee, Mom, I apologize. I'll be more careful next time. Is that what you want to hear?
Consider me satisfied.
Now back to the matter at hand, getting rid of this crippling disease known as my sister. What else can I do? What else can I try? What else can I think of?
Crippling disease? The insults just keep getting worse, don't they? Well, I'll leave you to it then. Don't mind me while I sit and admire this amazing intellect of yours that has failed in every single attempt so far.
There is one last thing I can try, but it will take serious planning. It also has the greatest risk of them all. However, at this point, I don't care anymore. I need that thing away from me, and I'll take whatever risk I must.
What could it be this time? Geez, Lucy, you're willing to put yourself in harm's way just because of your sibling rivalry? Has Amy gotten into your head that deeply, Lucy?
Don't worry, I'm not going to put myself in harm's way. Hear me out. I was going over my dad's office papers yesterday, don't ask me why, and I found some letters that came from his close friend called David Gold. David Gold and his wife are a very wealthy couple. They have also wanted a child of their own. For some reason, they're insistent on adopting instead of having children of their own blood.
David Gold. Never heard of him.
That's not the point, Sarah. The point is that this could be the opportunity I've been looking for. I just have to get my parents to hand over Amy to the Gold family and my life will finally be back to normal.
Wonderful plan, Lucy! Except for one thing. How on earth are you going to get your parents to willingly give away their little princess? Do you realize how absurd this sounds? You clearly haven't learned from your previous failures.
Always great to have someone so supportive and uplifting as you, Sarah.
I'm always here for you, Lucy.
Back to the matter at hand. I know this sounds like an insanely ridiculous plan, but I've got it all figured out. Come over to my place tomorrow and you'll see what I mean. My parents will be away for some business trip, so we'll have the whole house to ourselves. This time, I will put the little creature to sleep first. Then we'll have the house to ourselves just like old times.
I have a feeling this is going to fall flat in your face as always, but oh well, I'll be by your side either way.
Well then, I guess we will see each other tomorrow. Thank you for taking the time to be here, Mr. and Mrs. Gold. I've already prepared some tea for both of you.
Oh my, you shouldn't have, Lucy.
It's the least I could do.
Yeah, right, Lucy. All you did was order some premium coffee and pour it into our cups. Not only that, you insist on calling it tea. Well, whatever, I guess.
Anyway, back to the matter at hand. Lucy, you told us that Mr. and Mrs. Steele would like to hand over Amy to us? This does not make any sense to me, especially since they adopted Amy just a few weeks ago.
My dad was telling me the other day of how the Gold family really helped us during our time of need. They told me that you two helped us stay afloat when our finances were going down the drain.
Oh my, Lucy. You're an even better liar than I imagined. Your dad didn't tell you anything. You simply stole the text messages of his conversation with Mr. Gold and found all this out.
Oh, that was ages ago.
My dad told me how he would do anything to repay you two, because it's the only reason why we are where we are. He also told me that Mr. and Mrs. Gold have always wanted to adopt a child. He didn't tell me the specifics, but I immediately suggested giving Amy to you two. He was a bit taken aback at first, but after giving it some thought, he agreed it was the best way.
All of this makes some sense to me, except for one small thing. Why don't John and Rose tell us all of this directly? Why do they want you, of all people, to break this to us? It doesn't make sense to me.
Huh?
I know it sounds strange at first. I totally understand. However, I believe it's because my dad does not want to come across as someone needy. He never told me the real reason, but this is what I'm guessing.
Needy? What do you mean by that?
Well, if he wishes to gift Amy to the Gold family, maybe he fears that you two might reject him outright. Perhaps my parents feel embarrassed for not repaying the Gold family sooner. As I said, I'm not too sure about their reasons. They just told me to break this news to the Gold family, so here I am.
If you say so. Still, I wish we could confirm this one more time with John and Rose ourselves. This seems too big of a decision to make indirectly.
I understand how you feel. Unfortunately, my parents have to go for an overseas trip, so they couldn't be here. Oh right, they told me to give you this letter confirming their intention. Once again, I understand this is very strange and indirect.
Oh, classic John. He tends to shy away from direct confrontation.
How do you even come up with all of this, Lucy? My head hurts just trying to keep up. I guess that's why we get along so well together.
Sarah, aren't you going to say anything? You've been awfully quiet so far.
Actually, I like having Sarah around me for a bit more emotional support. Her presence alone gives me the strength to break this news to you.
Sounds like you two are quite close. Anyway, me and Tulip are going to take a few days to decide the matter. We'll meet again over here on Friday at noon and give you our final answer. Do you think you can wait for us until then?
Oh, certainly. Please take your time and thank you so much for considering this. I know it must have been a bit awkward.
Not at all, Lucy. Anything for John and Rose.
Okay.